Good morning. I'm really nervous. I do not do very well speaking in front of large groups of people. So please bear with me and just know that this is a huge step for me. And my name is Rachel Avalos. I started using drugs and alcohol when I was 13 years old to cope with many things that had happened to me while growing up. Before I came to New Directions for Women, I was depressed, sad, homeless, among so many things. I can't even describe to you how hopeless I was at the moment I walked through the doors of New Directions for Women. I was arrested, but the sad thing is I chose to get arrested on purpose so that I can get help for my disease. I knew that I needed help. I went so many places. Before I got arrested, I went to so many places to get help, but they turned me away because I wasn't on probation or parole. I would have to be on a waiting list, a long waiting list, and probation and parole people went first. When I got arrested, they sentenced me to Proposition 36. I tried doing it outpatient, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't stay clean on my own. 3 different outpatient treatments I got kicked out of because I couldn't stay clean. Before I was sentenced by the courts to go to inpatient treatment. I was sentenced by the courts to go to inpatient treatment. I was one of the last patients to be funded by Proposition 36 to go to inpatient treatment before the funds ran out. This program allowed me to help and attain recovery instead of jail time. My prayers were finally answered. When I went to court and they were sentencing me to inpatient treatment, when I came to New Directions for Women in March of 2010, actually it was 3 years yesterday that I went through New Directions for Women. They sentenced me to New Directions for Women because they could provide specialized support services for me and my unborn child. I was 3 months pregnant when I got there, and I stayed for 6 months. As much as I wanted to be in treatment, it wasn't easy for me to be there. I started to learn how to identify my feelings before I hid them. I learned how to process my feelings and learned how to live on a schedule. I learned how to be a person again. While here, I regained my faith and my relationship with my God. I prayed about my situation. I prayed about my situation with all my heart, and God gave me peace in the decision that I was going to give my son up for adoption. The staff at New Directions for Women guided me to find the adoption network I used to find the adoptive family. They were amazing. They stood behind me and said, if this is what you think is best and this is the right decision, we are standing behind you. The first time I spoke to the adoptive parents, I was at NDFW, and there was a care coordinator with me while I spoke to them on the phone. I was able to be transparent with them because I had someone there to support me. The staff let me cry with them. They took me to my visits. They took me to my OBGYN visits. My almost impossible situation became possible because of New Directions for Women. My counselor at the time was Brittany, and she was awesome and helped me process my very many mixed feelings that I had. Everybody played their part in my recovery. Everybody at New Directions knew me by my face. They would always say, "Hi, Rachel, how are you?" And their smiles helped me get through every day that I was at New Directions. I finally had a home with many sisters going through the same journey that I was. New Directions helped me to transform into a woman that went through so many things, and I was broken and beat up and shattered. They helped me become a woman today. If I didn't go there, I wouldn't be alive today. After I left, I suffered from postpartum depression and had a rocky road. However, I had learned the tools at New Directions for Women that I needed to get back on track. I told myself, don't go backwards, get it together, and go forward. Today, I have 791 days sober. It's about... I'm a leader in my church. I am an example to the women I work with in New Directions for Women. I am now employed at New Directions for Women as a care coordinator. I'm a positive influence for my daughter. My marriage is thriving. I am no longer homeless. We have a house, we have a dog. We have fun. We love each other so much. Our family loves each other so much. My whole family just adores me, and that's not something I knew before I came to New Directions for Women. So many people look up to me, and that's something I never knew before New Directions for Women. I will never forget at my coining out one of the comments of one of the staff members. That I came in a beat up caterpillar, but I left a beautiful butterfly. Now, I get to see the same transformation and miracle in the women that are now there at New Directions for Women. Every day I see it, and it just amazes me, and I'm so grateful to be able to have the opportunity to work there and to have been a part of the alumni and recovery at New Directions for Women. I am so grateful, and words can never share how grateful I am to New Directions for Women for doing what they've done in my life. Thank you.